Alright, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to overhaul your entire life in one go? You know, that moment when you feel super motivated and decide, that's it, I'm changing everything starting tomorrow. It's a familiar feeling, right? We all get inspired by a new year, a birthday, or just a random burst of energy, and suddenly we want to become a whole new person overnight. You know, new diet, new workout, wake up at 5 a.m., meditate, read a book a week, the whole package. Maybe you even make a color-coded schedule, buy a bunch of healthy groceries, and set out your workout clothes the night before. It feels exciting at first, like you're finally taking control. If you're like me, it probably lasted, 3 days, maybe a week? The excitement fades, and suddenly all those new routines start to feel overwhelming. You miss a day, then two, and before you know it, you're back where you started. And then, boom, back to old habits. The couch starts looking more inviting than the gym, and that 5 a.m. alarm, snooze button city. But here's the thing, I wish I'd realized sooner. Big changes don't stick because they're just too much, too soon. When you try to change everything at once, your brain gets overwhelmed. It's like trying to juggle 10 balls when you've never even thrown one. The real secret? Tiny habits. Yeah, I'm serious. Tiny. The kind of habits that seem almost laughable at first because they're so small. Let's talk about why these little actions are actually a game changer. They might not look impressive, but they're powerful in ways you might not expect. Tiny habits are so small they almost feel ridiculous. You might wonder, how could something so minor make any difference? But that's exactly the point. Think, doing 2 push-ups, drinking a glass of water after you wake up, or just writing 1 sentence in your journal. These are actions so simple, you barely have to think about them. The magic here is that they're so easy. You can't say no. There's no room for excuses. You don't need to psych yourself up or wait for motivation to strike. These tiny actions fit seamlessly into your day, almost like they're part of your routine already. See, when you build a tiny habit, you're not forcing yourself to rely on motivation or willpower. You're making it automatic, something you do without even thinking. Those run out. Instead, you make the habit so simple it just slips into your regular routine. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't debate it, you just do it. And once you're doing it every day, even if it's just a tiny step, you're actually rewiring your brain. Your identity starts to shift. You start to see yourself as someone who shows up, even in small ways. Suddenly you're not trying to be a healthy person. You are a healthy person, because your actions, no matter how small, prove it to you every day. Each tiny habit is a vote for the person you want to become. And here's the best part, these tiny habits don't just stay tiny. They build on each other, like stacking blocks or lining up dominoes. Here's another bonus. Tiny habits stack up. One small action leads to another, and before you know it, you've created a chain reaction of positive change. Doing 1 push-up a day feels easy, so after a week you might feel like doing 2. Before you know it, you're at 10, then 20. The progress feels natural, not forced. The change is so gradual it sneaks up on you. One day you look back and realize you've come a long way, almost without noticing. It's like compound interest, but for your habits. Each small action adds up, and over time, the results multiply. The key is to start small and let the momentum build naturally. So, if you want to build habits that last, start so small it feels almost silly. Don't worry about making a huge leap, just focus on that first easy step. Want to read more? Start with a single page. That's it. Just 1 page a day, and you're already a reader. Want to floss? Just 1 tooth. I'm not joking. It sounds silly, but it works because it gets you started, and starting is the hardest part. The point isn't to stay tiny forever. It's to get started and stay consistent. Once you're consistent, you can always build from there. Consistency is what transforms actions into habits, and habits into lasting change. Remember, you don't need willpower to do something easy. When the barrier is low, you'll find yourself doing it almost automatically. And if you keep it easy, you'll keep showing up. That's the real secret. Showing up, day after day, no matter how small the effort. Over time, those tiny habits add up to real, lasting change. You'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come, all because you started small. The journey might feel slow at first, but remember, slow progress is still progress. Every tiny step counts. So next time you want to improve your life, don't go big, go tiny. It's smart, it's sustainable, and honestly, it works. The best part, anyone can do it, starting right now. Give it a shot and see where it takes you. You might be surprised by how much you can achieve, 1 tiny habit at a time. Thanks for listening, and keep those habits tiny. Remember, big change starts with the smallest step.